All right.
Make sure Jared's framed this.
Yes. All right. All right. We got to turn it this way. All right. So wait. Hey, we kind of got it there. All right. Well, hey, everybody. We got everybody seems to really have it. Oh, we have the volume on that one. Seems like everybody seemed to enjoy that. Thank you to everybody who is here. Obviously, we wanted to just go right up front and just have, might as well start off with the music, right? I have to get this right? All right. If I sit back, it'll be better. Okay. So, yes, I want to just go ahead and say real quick, what are we doing over there?
Trying to turn the volume off. I'm getting feedback.
So first up,
yeah, I don't know how to work iPads.
The iPad's not working. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to leave with this one because we really didn't need it for anything.
Can I mention
that
you set this up all by yourself? Like, this is all you. So it's a lot on him.
I did, and I apologize to everybody for some technical things that are going on right now. Obviously, we if anybody has any questions or comments or anything, I see all the love in the chat, so I appreciate all of you for coming and listening to us. I mentioned this earlier, but I obviously should say it again that it was a goal. It was one of my New Year's resolution goals was to eventually start doing live performing this year. And it was not live. It was like, what, 2-3 months ago that we met?
Like February-ish, yeah.
So what ended up happening was, how did we meet? Was it
Facebook.
on? It was on Facebook.
I put out a thing that was like, I'm looking for people to jam with, and you're like, yo, I jam.
So actually, yeah. So he put a thing up. I'm sitting here like, oh, I really want to eventually start a band. And then I see in the Tampa Bay, because we're in Tampa, the Tampa Bay music scene Facebook group, Eric posts something, says, hey, I'm a drummer and a guitarist, and I would love to jam with somebody. And I said, hey, you gonna come jam with me, please? And he did. And now months later, he's actually helped me get to the point where performing live actually is a thing. And I've taught him my songs. That's all that's all I've done for him at this point. Eventually, I'm going to start teaching him some things.
We've learned a lot back and forth. I feel like I've grown a lot as a guitarist playing with you guys.
But here's the coolest thing, guys, and I'm going to introduce you to Jared over here. So Jared came over one day. Was it for Evan's birthday?
Yeah,
it was for Evan's birthday, my youngest son's birthday. And I was telling him about, oh man, I'm really trying to perform live this year. It's me and a guitarist, and we're having such a problem finding anybody else to come in and fill any of the rest of the spots. And this guy who has been my friend for over a decade, almost 15 years, I think, said, I don't know, if you need an extra pair of hands, you can teach me something. So he's been playing the bass for a month and came on here and killed it alongside somebody who's been doing it for like 2 years, and then somebody who's been playing for years and years and years. So, but like I say, thank you to Jared for coming on and making this honestly a thing, because without Jared here, it would have been me and Eric. It wouldn't have been as much fun. It was a lot of fun doing it with two really good friends of mine. So with that in mind, I kind of am really interested, because anybody who's here for the live stream here probably has heard Chaos All. And my thought process is that we might listen to a couple of them together, a couple of the songs off of there, and see if there are any questions, or if you guys have feedback, comments, that sort of thing. I would love to hear your thoughts on any of the songs here on Chaos All. I think what I want to do is I want to play you guys the opening track. I want to listen to Tunnel Vision with y'all, because Tunnel Vision is just an experience to be had, and I freaking love it. And I want to have that experience with y'all who are here. So I'm going to put on Tunnel Vision, and right, 1 month on bass. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. So I'm going to play the lyric video, because why not? And yeah, oh my gosh. And then I want to share a little bit about Tunnel Vision when we get back. So let's enjoy this. My favorite part is the blah, blah at the end. Because like I said during the live performance, I mean, how do you know a song's over? Actually, no, it was during practice. I was like, how do you know a song's over if the guitar doesn't go at the end of it? But yes, oh my gosh. So what we're seeing, so Ton of Vision sounds good. Thank you, Yolanda. Appreciate that. Steve, my man, I see Steve here. Thank you, Steve. Steve found Strays of the World, what was it, a few months ago, and I've loved getting all the emails and stuff from you, so I definitely appreciate that. Cool thing is that we have Leilani G here, who is a collaborator here on this album. You hear her great, luscious, amazing voice on Flying High, and she's got such a cool voice, and I think it harmonizes pretty well with mine. I'm high and she's low, and I think it worked out okay. But yeah, oh my gosh. So what I think I wanted to, since she's here, I was thinking I would play Flying High because I really, really like that song. And then after Flying High, I have a really cool treat that I want to share with you because I did a remix of one of the songs off of the album. So, ooh, very excited for that. Let me actually get this together so that I can share it. And, you know, eventually I'll make this as a smooth thing. Last time I did a listening party, I had somebody who just controlled it all. So whenever I stopped talking, they just hit the button and it was like so seamless. Ben, if you're out there, it was awesome having you. We need to have him come back and do this again. All right, here's Flying High, everybody. And then afterwards, I have a really cool treat for y'all. All right. So yes, I'm a huge fan of that. And while we were listening to it, I put it in the chat, but Jared was like, wow, she sounds great.
That was gorgeous. That was gorgeous. I really like that.
So yes, so Jared wants to buy your album whenever it's out. I will send him to your single so he can pay you for that. So here's a cool thing. So one thing that I did is obviously every day of the experience was a whole new song, lots of behind the scenes stuff. But on the last day, I actually shared an extra song. I don't know if everybody saw it. It was at the very bottom of the page. And it's a song called Low But Never Zero. So if you were able to grab that one, definitely don't forget to do that. But I don't have that one queued up, so I'm not gonna play that one right now because I am not prepared for anything. So instead, I'm going to play for you two songs that y'all have never heard. One is a remix of a song off of the album, and then the other one is a collaboration that I had with another gentleman named Kurt Hoffman. So I guess, which one should we hear first? Remix or new song? Which one? What do you guys think? Remix?
Let's do the remix.
Remix?
Yeah, remix.
Everybody good with the remix first? All right, let's go with the remix of, Leilani's heard this one. It's the remix of, actually, did I even get it? Did I get it down? Hold on. Did I get it? It's not done. All right, hold on.
I guess the other one then.
Yeah.
So I guess it's going to be the other one then, because it's not quite ready. I have to export it. So this one is a song that I did. It's called Smash. And it's a song that I wrote, and it's short. It's on the shorter end of things. But I wrote it, and then I was like, this is the rough idea. It's about a minute long. And then I sent it to the guitarist. His name is Kurt Hoffman. And he said, oh yeah, well, you know, whenever you're done, here's some of the stuff I came up with. So whenever you're done, I'll put more on it. And I said, no, I think the song's just going to be a minute and a half. I think I've decided this. It's just a minute and a half long song. So this one, it is called Smash. It has lots of breaking glass sound effects. So make sure that you adjust your volume accordingly. But here is Smash. Enjoy. My favorite part of that is when Kurt goes like way high, like, because this was something that I learned about Kurt after starting the collaboration, was that he's actually a classically trained opera singer. And I was like, oh, Well, that's great. Definitely needs to be extended. Well, thank you. It's an interesting song. It almost ended up on Chaos All. It was possibly going to go after Heaven and right before Wrong Number, because it's kind of one of the, the first stage of grief and whatnot is often anger. So that's where that song was going to go. But what I found was when I was actually putting the album together, it seemed to mess with the flow. Like conceptually it works, but going from, Heaven to Wrong Number to then Chaos All, it just seemed like just the perfect ending to the album. So throwing Smash on there would have been fun. It would have been a great track to add, but at this point I was like, it didn't fit. It wasn't there for it. So all right, let me hold on. I have to get this other song. So this one is the remix of I Am Neon. And the cool thing about it is that it's called I Am Neon, the Monster Beneath mix, because that's, you have to give it some sort of weird, creepy name. So the monster, but also instead of it having, there is an under voice on the song that is very like electronic sounding. But for this one, I switched it and now it's more like, it's more monstrous. So we'll see if you guys like it. I dig it a lot, but I'm also very biased. Oh, well, thank you.
Into a pandemic, we're still like,
There you go. We're still exactly. He just said 20 months into a pandemic. We're still like, oh, am I muted? What's going on here? So yeah, we'll get it going. We'll get it going. Eventually, we won't have that issue. And then I do want to share one more song, because for those of you who might not have heard it, because again, it was just on that last day, the last day being today, it's on today's page. So anybody can go and get this song, but it's called Low But Never Zero. And on this one, actually, the words are there. Isn't that great? It's cool. I should put the words on the other one. So first off, let me talk about the Monster Beneath, because that was a really cool remix. I kind of came up with it just out of nowhere. I don't know what happens with my brain sometimes. But I decided I wanted to make it more monstrous, but also like it's faster. So the BPM is, I think it's 130 instead of the 110 that the original song is. And also there's a lot more guitar in it. I wanted to have a lot more going on there, and really happy with that one. I dig it a lot. Oh my God, there's so much fun stuff. Having so much fun with this. So, all right. So, okay. So hold on. Ooh, maybe I'll do something else. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe instead of playing a song that you guys can go download right now, maybe I will play a song that probably won't be out for like a year. What do you guys want to hear? Do you guys want to hear Low But Never Zero, or should I pick one of the many songs that I already have ready for like album number 3? Like, it's your guys' choice. I will put it out there. You're only going to hear it here. Anybody who's here will hear it, and this will not go up like with the live stream, because we're going to put the rest of the stuff up on the YouTube channel. But this will be for you guys here. So, okay. All right. Everybody seems like they want to hear this, the new stuff. So let me see. The future stuff. Oh no, that's not that one. That's not for the next album.
That's for the 5th album.
That's for no. No. So we could do Have You Met Me? Snow's a little long, so I'll stay away from Snow. Yes, album 3. Okay, so everybody says album 3. How about Cannot Be Changed? That's a good one, right?
Sure.
All right. So we're gonna do a song called Cannot Be Changed. It was actually one that I came up with while I was here hanging out with Eric, and we were just kind of putzing around on the guitar, and it just kind of came out of nowhere. And then he's like, "Hey, that sounds pretty good." And I was like, "It does, doesn't it?" And then he left, And then he came back a week later and I'm like, here, this is, I made this whole song. Here, check it out. With just this one thing that sounded okay. Here's a whole song. Because that's how I work. So, so this one is called Cannot Be Changed. All right, y'all.
A few months ago.
So yes, that one's called Cannot Be Changed. To answer Yolanda's question, yes, that's album 3. That's gonna be, so that'll be like a year from now. You'll hear that song and it'll sound way better because I'll probably have it better mastered and all that stuff. But very excited about that next album because it's actually in the song. And if you saw the album cover, that's my mock one that I have right now. But the next album is tentatively called This Is a Disaster right now, because I find that humorous to
Things are going great, right?
The album's just, this is a disaster, this album. Oh my gosh. But that song was actually, I think, the latest one, but the fun part about all the music that's going on the album after this was all songs that I wrote in the middle of doing Chaos All. Because right in the middle of Chaos All, I started getting super stressed out. So I stopped. I said, I'm not doing anything else on Chaos All right now. And I bought a brand new pack of like beat samples. And then I said, I'm going to see how many of these, how many songs can I make in a month? And if anybody was following me on social media, I think that was either October or November of last year, where I was posting like daily updates of like, here's what I did today. Here's what I did today. Here's what I did this week, to tell everybody how I was doing on my song progress. And I believe when the month was over, I had 8 songs done. And it was like, I pat myself on the back. It was pretty cool. And then I think I did another 4 or 5 songs since then. So right now it's a pretty nice, hefty bunch of songs that all fit on that. These were all songs that I purposefully was writing that would not work on Chaos All. Like they just do not work. They would never hit Chaos All. They needed to be for the next thing. So yeah, so there's that. Very excited about that one though. That one has a lot of, I think I said in one of my other videos, I said, my favorite song is one you guys have never heard. And yes, oh my God, I have a couple of them on the next album are just nice, amazing, so good. Of course, with that in mind, we're here really to talk about Chaos All. And I just want to thank everybody who was here, first off, everybody who's here, thank you, because, you know, we don't have a large crowd here, but I said, I don't care. I'll do it for 5 people. I'll do it for 1 person. If it was just me and Steve, I'd be fine. Nobody else needs to show up. But no, it was a lot of fun. It took a lot of effort to get, what is it, 12 minutes? I think we had timed it to get a 12-minute set. It took about a month, maybe 2 months to really zero it in. And then of course, right after we were done, we were like, oh God, I messed that up, that part. So like, you know, next time it'll be even better, obviously. So, but oh man, I'm so excited. So for the Chaos Experience, if you did not go download all the songs, make sure that you do that. Because every day you could have downloaded each song individually, but on the post for today, the page for today, all the songs are there and you can download all of them right there. Don't forget to download Low But Never Zero, which is, again, you have to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page to see it. I tucked it away because I wanted to see who's paying attention. So make sure you get that one. That one's a really cool song. We actually started trying to work on Low But Never Zero, was it like 2 weeks ago? And then we're like, we can't get it right in sync in time for this. But next time we'll definitely do Low But Never Zero, because that's still a great one. Jared, he fell in love with the bass line because the bass line's really funky on it. So really cool. And what am I going to say? Okay. And yes, and a lot of you have been asking like, so when can we buy the album and all that stuff? So what I'll say is you can buy the album. It's going to drop on all the streaming platforms and all the stuff on the 8th of next month. However, if you are part of the Chaos Experience, you should get an email in your inbox tomorrow morning that says, here's your links for you to purchase it, and there's discounts and all stuff. Because I appreciate you guys for going through and doing all of this and really helping me to expand my marketing muscles. You know what I mean? So it took, I think it took about 2, possibly 3 months to get everything together, get all the videos, create the landing pages, set up, the marketing and all the stuff. And to me, this album was a huge success, and it would have been nothing without all of you who are here with us right now. So thank you so much for that. Obviously, thank you to Leilani for being amazing and being here to show support. Thank you to Jared and Eric for being here as well. So one thing that I said I would open the floor up for Q&A. It didn't really seem like there were many questions.
There's one at the very end.
But now is your chance. Oh, what was your inspiration for the album? Oh, look at that. There was a question and I missed it entirely. Thank you, Jared. What was the inspiration for the album? So the inspiration for Chaos All was, gosh, it's hard to say what the real inspiration for the whole album is, but obviously I was telling a narrative in the story. If you, again, followed the Chaos Experience, I have like a little piece of fiction at the beginning of each page of each day that kind of tells you the progression of the story of the protagonist, which is me sometimes, and other times it's just me if I made bad decisions. So because that's the whole album is just bad decisions, the whole thing. But the inspiration for the album was really, I summed it up really nicely. It's essentially saying, what happens if life gives you an opportunity and you tell it no, and you spurn it out of fear, essentially. So if we go song by song, for instance, we have Tunnel Vision, which is, I'm working hard, I'm doing my thing. We have one more for Obscurity, which is I'm doing my thing, but I'm getting lost in just the work. After I've done all the work, what do I have left over? More work, and it's not really going anywhere. Hello is when you meet that person and they have like that brightness and they're bringing something to your life, and you're like, wait a minute, this could be good. Then followed up by Better Off Alone, where you say, but no, that's too good for me, or I can't do anything with that. So then Fear of Flight comes after that, where you actually start reconsidering. You're like, maybe I should follow that, because what if that's wonderful? The next song's Flying High, because it is wonderful. But then what I wanted is you saying, but it was too perfect, which means there's probably something wrong with it. So I'm going to say no to this again. And then I Am Neon is you trying to basically continue on, trying to seek that success alone, and essentially finding that it's very empty, because it's like neon. And then of course you make the decision that you want to go back to this person. In the story it's a person, but this this greatness, this brightness in your life, and the next song, obviously after I Am Neon, is Heaven, because it's no longer available to you. It is gone. So you said no to it and it's gone forever. Then of course followed up by Wrong Number, which is you feeling intense depression because you did that. And then Chaos All being the title track, which is you finally accepting that life is chaotic, you need to make better choices, and hopefully you will have a better future going forward after you have experienced this terribleness in your life of you making bad decisions. And we all like to think that, like, if you just say no, you can just say yes later. And it's just like, no, sometimes it's gone. Sometimes you said no and that's it. That's it. That's essentially what the album is. So, oh, Steve, you're saying, have you thought about lyrics songs that are seen through the eyes of someone in a different situation than yours, like seeing life from a different perspective? So sort of anti-biographical. Yes, actually. I actually have Well, I guess what I'll say first off is most of them are not me. Uh, I pride myself on my very good decisions that I make. But no. So a bunch of the songs are essentially me doing storytelling. For instance, Wrong Number is a big example of that. Wrong Number is a song about somebody so depressed that they're on the verge of taking their own life when the phone rings. So that's what that song is about. And that has obviously never happened to me. So I can definitely say thank you, to life and fate and whatnot, that hasn't never been my situation. But I even have a song, I guess that's coming on the third album, that is, it's actually, what is it? It's more about like a one night stand. Never had one of those. But yes. So the answer to your question is yes. I try to write outside myself as much as possible because I'm ultimately really boring. I wish I was more interesting, really, but like I watch a lot of Marvel movies and I read some books and I spend time with my family. And that's what I'm doing when I'm not doing music. So it's I'm really rather boring when I'm not on stage performing, going crazy and doing rock songs. So yeah, a lot of the stuff is not really me. Tunnel Vision is me. One More for Obscurity is me. Hello is me. Better Off Alone is me sometimes. And Fear of Flight's definitely me. I actually wrote that in a 1 hour song challenge. Leilani was there when I came up with that song originally. And let's see, what's the one after that? Flying High, totally. Love songs. I love writing love songs. I found out today my wife does not like the love songs I wrote about her. I was like, what? I wrote these for you. She's like,
you could write a song about your wife not liking love songs.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm gonna do now.
She said it was a good song. She just said I don't know, that it's not for having songs about her is kind of like, yeah.
And you know what? That's fine. That's fair. I can't even argue with that, really. But I want people to write songs about. Hey, I want everybody to go out and write a song about me now, and then share it with me, and then I'll be like, oh, see, my wife is in the. My wife is in the chat. So yeah, so let me see. So Flying High, yes. And that was a love song I wrote. I'm always thinking of my wife. You write what you know. So all my love songs are about my wife, whether she knows it or not. Actually, a lot of my songs are about my wife. Even the not so loving songs are about my wife sometimes. So I'm sure that'll make you feel good. I like the not living love songs idea a lot. Exactly. Well, yeah, I will write a totally fictional love song next. That's my goal. So yeah, let me see what else. Chaos All is definitely me. Wrong Number is not me. Heaven is me. If anybody did the page, if you saw the videos about Heaven, it's definitely me. And then I Am Neon is me. And what's the other one? Oh yeah, What I Wanted, not me. Actually, What I Wanted is me in a previous relationship. So it is kind of me. But I would never do that to who I'm with now, obviously, because I love my wife. You agree. So anyway, and welcome to SRC. Hello. Good to see you. Good. Glad you were able to make it. So let's see. She's making up for those comments, exactly. So I see here, Jennifer, you're saying any thoughts on performing out somewhere else, like in a different venue? Yes. Today was I guess like alpha testing. We're making sure that we work well together, that we can learn songs, and that we have the equipment that's necessary to perform. The best thing about all of this, because I've bought so much equipment to make this work, because it wasn't even just buy a couple of speakers and call it a day. I needed it to sound good through the interwebs, which was a big deal for me. So I had to buy like a separate mixer and like a bunch of cables and all this stuff. So like it's a big deal. But the best part about, this is the best part about doing music in general, is that once you've bought the equipment, It's bought, you have it, and you can do it all the time. Like, we're going to be doing more of these live streams. This one is the big one to culminate the end of the Chaos experience and whatnot, but we're definitely going to do more of these going forward. I don't know if it's going to be monthly or whatever, but I can't wait to learn more songs with them, teach them more of my songs, but also learn some of, like, we're thinking about doing like a Weezer "Say It Ain't So" because I freaking love that song. There's a bunch of covers that I want to do. Princess Cinnamon Girl, we were jamming on that one a while ago. But yeah, so there's a bunch of songs that we want to cover because those are fun. But also, I'm constantly writing new music that I need to teach these guys. So the goal is, yes, right now we're doing it out of my studio, which is AKA my garage. But in the future, as soon as I learn how to book gigs, we'll be doing it at other places. A lot of the places here in Tampa are opening up. So we should be able to actually land some gigs, and they'll be like, how about $50? We'll be like, sold, let's do it. I don't care how much, because I just want the experience at this point. But I mean, I'm not going to do it for 100% free. At least pay for my gas or something. So anyway, so there's that. But no, yes, definitely. The goal here was, again, my New Year's resolution was to perform live this year. I have technically fulfilled that here, even though it was live over the internet, but I want to go more. I want to do more, and I want to perform. I want to be like Leilani. If anybody's ever seen, I shared some of her video of her performing live, and she's a firecracker on stage. So I want to be like her. I have to not be singing to do that, or not be playing the guitar. I find it really hard to be all crazy, but I want to be able to put my guitar down, and I'm going to do my struts and everything. Just like, you don't even understand. Leilani's my hero over here. I'm telling you. Let's see. Are you going to do a release party when it hits the digital platforms? Well, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. Yes, but that is in like 2 weeks though. So maybe we'll do something in 2 weeks again. Maybe we can learn a few other songs and then we'll do it again. Hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens. That sounds really fun though.
Because I have a gig that night.
Oh no. We will if not that night, then we'll do it the night before or something.
Or Sunday.
We'll be in touch.
Okay.
We'll be in touch. It'll be wonderful. Honestly, I got to check with them too, and we'll figure you. But yeah, I mean, Sundays are usually pretty good. I don't think clubs are usually going crazy on Sundays, so it might be Sunday. But yeah, I mean, because it's going to drop on streaming platforms 7/8. Should be pretty cool. Will we be recruiting a drummer for the Strays? So here's the thing. We've been trying.
That's what everyone wants. Every band's like, drummer needed.
Everybody needs a drummer. I guess luckily for us, if we really wanted to, Eric can play the drums.
I can play the drums. Some of the beats are a little complicated.
But see, that's the thing too, is that when I'm creating my beats for my songs, I go crazy, and I make sure that it's theoretically possible for someone to play it, but they are not. They're like expert level drummers.
If you want a 4 on the floor, I can do that.
Let's do some 4 on the floor. I think it'll work out either way. But yeah, I've had 37 drummers in 14 years. Oh, yeah. See, drummers. Drummers. So, but yeah, we definitely do want a drummer. Because honestly, the fun part about having a drummer means that you can really go and you can improvise and you can go in a lot of more different directions. Like our performances tonight, if we're playing to a backing track, we kind of have to stick with the track. So any improvisation would need to be pre-planned improvisation so we can build it into the beat. And then it's not really improvisation then at that point. But one of my favorite things, and you see this anytime you see Prince do any kind of like concert, is you'll see him cue people constantly on stage. And it's definitely the goal to eventually have a stage show worthy of something like that, where everybody is completely in sync and we can go on tangents, we can do medleys, we can jump from song to song, we can do a song, jump to another song, and then jump back. Like, I would love to be able to do that. that does require having a drummer, and I guess we'll see what happens. Very good question though. Maybe one of my kids. I wish my kids, my only kid who is actually interested in music is Evan. And that's my youngest, the one who came through a little bit ago. I don't think that it's ethical for me to make my 6-year-old play drums for us. So
Jacksons did it.
the Jacksons are full of ethics, of course. So I guess we'll see. But I do have my other kids, but they are just not interested in doing music. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe we will luck out and we will find a drummer around the corner, or maybe somebody who watches this down the line will be like, hey, I live in Tampa. I'm a drummer. Let's do it. But I guess we'll see what happens. But
at one point, Jen actually volunteered.
that's right. You did say Jennifer volunteered for drums. All right.
I was waiting for her to say something, but
Jen, you might have to come and play drums. I'm just saying.
We've got a drum set.
So I do have a drum set over here that I don't know how to play yet. Because my goal is for me to learn too, but then I can't be a Phil Collins. I can't be doing the drums and singing. It's not me. Jennifer says she'll learn. Done. Band's ready. All right, cool. Well then, so we've been here for a little bit over an hour. So I think I'm going to go ahead and close it out there, unless anybody has any last minute questions. I'll give a second for anybody who might have questions, but honestly, this has been a ton of fun. Again, thank you to everybody who's been here. Thank you to Jared and Eric for being part of my musical journey. Just because, honestly, it's just crazy. It's just crazy
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. She said she's gonna try.
Yeah. What about
I don't have a
Done.
triangle.
how about?
Well, we're gonna have it now.
I do have cowbell. I do have cowbell in a couple songs. So if she wants to come do cowbell, I actually I have a tambourine over here too, so we can always do that. But I'm gonna say bye to everybody. Thank you so much for coming to the live stream. This will be up in some form up on the YouTube channel, but I don't know when that's gonna be. But yeah. Thank you to Leilani and to Steve and to Jennifer and to Lenore, Yolanda, Leif, Kristen, and SRC. I love all of you so much. Thank you so much for coming and just making this an amazing capper to the Chaos Experience. And again, look in your email box tomorrow and you'll be able to get the album actually in person, which I'm waiting. It's in shipping right now. I'm waiting for it to actually show up. So I don't have a physical one to show you. Steve's got it in my head. That's my boy right there. Well, thank you guys so much. I won't hold you all anymore, and have a good rest of your Sunday. We'll keep rocking. Peace, everybody.